The Detroit Lions took quite a beating in their loss to the Seattle Seahawks this past Sunday. And it is Friday, and we have the injury report. Now, we knew that it wasn't looking good for some players, and others we were holding out hope, but we finally got an idea or confirmation of who will not be in Sunday's game. This is coming from the Detroit Lions Twitter. Taylor Decker, ankle, out. Kirby Joseph, hip, out. Emmanuel Mosley, knee, hamstring, he's out as well. Halapoulivaati Vaitai, knee, he will be out. David Montgomery, his thigh is doubtful. Josh Reynolds, the groin is questionable. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, toe, questionable as well. Now, the good thing is that St. Brown already said in a interview, he was interviewed by the media, he said that he's going to play. He has a metal plate in his shoe. I don't know if it's up just in the toe area or his entire shoe. And he said he played with one in college and he's actually used to playing with one. So he is going to be out there. I also believe that Josh Reynolds is going to play as well. Again, if you're on the doubtful side, you are trending toward being out, and that will be more of a 90 minutes before the game. But if you are on the questionable side, you are more likely to play. Now, that's kind of big. That's big. That's why we brought up Zonovan Knight, because we knew David Montgomery was probably not going to play. In a press conference today, Dan Campbell talked about the availability of these guys, and our guess is that he's holding most of these guys out. He didn't put David Montgomery on IR, so that means he's not going to miss 4 weeks. And he also didn't put Emmanuel Mosley on IR either. So my thinking is that both those gentlemen will be back for the Green Bay game, which is just 96 hours. It's like maybe 80 hours after or less after our game on Sunday. The Detroit Lions have a quick turnaround, and this coming Thursday on the 28th of September, they play the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau on Thursday Night Football. So that's kind of a big deal. It's a big deal. Taylor Decker is out for the second game in a row. I'm starting to wonder, if everything is okay with him. Again, he wasn't placed on IR, so you would assume that these guys would be back earlier than the 4-game minimum that they would have to miss. And on some good news, though, it has not been made official just yet, but it looks like Isaiah Buggs, our defensive tackle, will be activated come Sunday. Now, we won't get that report until tomorrow, or I think maybe 90 minutes before kickoff, but I'm sure that he will be activated. Dan Campbell talked about him today and said that he was working real hard, and he came to him and said, "Coach, whatever I have to do basically to get back out on the field," that he would do it. And whatever punishment he was dealt, looks like that might have passed. Dan Campbell's having a little fun with this whole thing, though, not confirming or denying that he will be in the game. So I think that Isaiah Buggs will be back out there, and we need him to. We need him to, because one thing we have to be able to do is stop the run, and he will help us do that. We also have to get pressure on the quarterback. So we got some good with some bad. And if these guys are well enough to play, if they miss this game and can play in Green Bay, that's fine. Because while both of these games, I think, are equally important, because you have the NFC opponent in the Atlanta Falcons, but then the NFC North opponent with the Green Bay Packers. So in my opinion, if I had to, I said equally important, but I think I would put, the reason I say that is because very similar to the Seattle Seahawks. If for some reason we don't win the division, then we could have the Atlanta Falcons we have to deal with. But our goal and what we've projected to do is win the division. And this game against the Atlanta Falcons, as well as the Green Bay Packer game, are going to be critical, because it could be the difference between the Detroit Lions being 3-1 and the Detroit Lions being 1-3, that in just a 96-hour span. So we need to take care of business, and if we have to put the team off or certain players off until we get to the Green Bay game, that's good. Now, we do have Tracy Walker that's going to come in and fill the void left by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. We also have depth as well in that secondary position. So this is kind of disheartening, but I know that we have a next man up mentality. We had injuries last year. I don't think they were this early on, and our team was able to step up and really kind of get something going. I think I'm happy that we elevated Zonovan. I'm happy that Amon-Ra is playing, and I'm happy that Isaiah Buggs will be back out there, because we have to have all hands on deck. And I'm sure that Dan Campbell won't overwork any of these guys who might have gotten banged up last week to have them ready for the Green Bay game. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below on the injury report and also Isaiah Buggs possibly being active this week. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.